Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this flight. We are going to be going this morning from Miami to Toronto. We're going to get a little bit of a practice run in for the event on August 22nd. And as soon as my web browser cooperates, I'll bring up the chat window. If it does. All right. Okay, we have the chat window up now. And the last thing we're going to do before we depart here is we are going to connect to VATSIM. OC. Gonna remove those. Okay. Paste that. File that. Okay, so we don't have any ground control on, so we are going to
Flight assistance page.
Alright, let's see if ideal flight. There it is.
Move to location runway 09. Push back. Local time 11:05 and 27 seconds AM.
So we're going to set that to departure.
Sets forward departure.
Set our flaps to 10. Parking brakes off. We're going to start our roll.
2 knots ground speed. 3 knots ground speed. 5 knots ground speed. 7 knots ground speed. 20 knots ground speed. 30 knots ground speed. 40 knots ground speed. 50 knots ground speed. 60 knots ground speed. 70 knots ground speed. 80 knots ground speed.
Pilot.
90 knots ground speed. Autopilot master switch. 100 knots ground speed. 110 knots ground speed. 120 knots ground speed. 130 knots ground speed. Off ground. Auto throttle arm. On. Auto throttle active. On. 150 ascending. Take off. Local time 11:06 and 24 seconds a.m. Takeoff distance 4,068 feet. Takeoff speed 135.59 knots.
Glide slope is alive. Localizer is alive.
We're not
NAV1 is
landing,
localizer.
so pay no attention to that, folks.
180 knots airspeed, 0.27 Mach. Sets forward climb.
Disable that for right now. And there go our flaps.
1,000 feet altimeter. .225 knots airspeed, 0.33 Mach. .1,600 feet altimeter. 1,700 feet altimeter. 1,800 feet altimeter.
Climbing pretty fast.
.250 knots airspeed, in cloud.
Okay, we're just going into a cloud.
.3,000 feet altimeter.
And we just crossed the waypoint. So I hope everybody's weekend is going very well. Mine is. Except for the fact I don't know what I'm going to do for lunch, but that's okay. And we are flying an Airbus A320 this morning. Let's just check. Let's actually check. Let's check our clock speed at our final cruise.
Lauderdale traffic, South 340, departing 10 left for Lauderdale. Lauderdale traffic at 80, 2000, just cross over the street.
Set that there. Check altimeter again. So far, so good.
6,500 feet altimeter.
I don't know if we got anyone listening, but
.8,000 feet altimeter.
let's check our weather. Ooh, crosswinds. No precip, no clouds.
8,500 feet altimeter.
Crosswinds. That's all right.
NAV Radio 1 has glide slope and back course.
No. May have glide slope and back course, but we're not using it at this time. Let's see what our weight.
9,500 feet altimeter. NAV Radio 1 has glide slope and back course.
Fork, which we just crossed.
300 knots airspeed, 0.45 Mach.
Altimeter is good. Thank goodness we have no wind or precip to speak of. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my phone.
Flight level 120. 325 knots airspeed, 0.49 Mach.
Fort Lauderdale traffic, Southwest 2630 is departing runway 10 left. Fort Lauderdale.
Check our aviation weather, see what the flight weather is.
NAV Radio 1 has local ether. Flight level 140.
So we have an American flight, I think, departing Fort Lauderdale. This is what I heard.
.350 knots airspeed, 0.53 Mach.
Altimeter's good. Memphis Center seems to be the only one on this morning.
Flight level 160.
Set. Temperature's good. Which is what we want it to be.
Flight level 170.
So we're almost
NAV Radio 1 has local ether.
We're almost at our transition altitude of 18,000. Climbing up to a cruising altitude of 35,000 feet today. We just crossed our next waypoint. That's what that small beep is that you'll hear from time to time. It means we're crossing our waypoints. And we just reached our transition altitude.
Flight level 180.
Let's see what our that'll go down as we get higher. We're not going to be going for 2 hours.
Fort Lauderdale traffic, Southwest 2630 is clear for flight 10 left.
Flight level 190. NAV Radio 1 has glide slope and back course.
Yeah, I think we can enable our
375 knots airspeed, 0.58 Mach.
and as you can see, we're speeding up because we're higher up in the atmosphere. Let's see if we've got any aircraft.
Flight level 200.
Yes, I do have one. What is it? Interesting. It'll say closest aircraft, but it won't tell me what it is. I guess I'm too far out to pick it up.
Flight level 210.
Okay, we just passed 21,000 feet. Let's just check that against our waypoint. Headley is our next one.
Flight level 220. Flight level 230.
Let me see how far it is. 4.1 miles. Okay.
.400 knots airspeed, 0.63 Mach.
Isn't too bad of a flight. Like I said, our cruise is 35,000 today. Just reached 24,000.
Flight level 240.
And we just crossed our waypoint, so let's see. Okay, now we're actually on the air route.
Flight level 250.
Let's see what our temperature is. -6 degrees. That's cold. That is very, very cold.
Flight level 260.
Let's hop on over to see who's on server this morning so we can chat with. Probably no one, but we'll see. There are. Or maybe not. Oh well.
425 knots airspeed, 0.68 Mach.
Winds are getting a little high, but that's okay. We haven't made it out of
Flight level
Florida
280.
yet.
Flight level 290.
Just under 30,000 feet now, folks. Which I gotta say is not bad at all. We're also going to be recording this for the BVI Pilot channel. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, it's
Flight level 300.
youtube.com/BVIPilot. I'd like to give a shout out to all our community members here in this community, the BVI Pilots community. John, Thomas, Josh, everybody else. Josh was going to do this flight with me, but I decided to jump a little bit ahead of him. He might not be too happy about it, but oh, I kind of wanted to get this show on the road. Plus, I haven't streamed in a while. So,
Flight level 310.
it's about time I do one. People have been asking me when are you going to do another flight, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one. Less than 5 minutes or so. We're at 32,000.
Flight level 320.
Another 3,000 feet to go and we'll be at cruise. See if any Toronto Center is on today. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. Let's see if I can get a reading of aircraft right now. That key needs.
Flight level 330.
Fixed. Interesting that Memphis is the only one center on right now. Let's see if we have any other as we make our way across the sky here.
Flight level 340.
Pretty impressive stats on that sim. I'm at 234 hours right now in flight time. And we're just about at our cruise altitude, so we're going to be turning our airspeed hold off any minute, going to Mach speed.
Level flight. Descending.
And we've leveled out. And there goes our Mach. Set our ideal flight.
Sets for cruise.
And all we do now is sit back, relax, and wait. Nothing else to do. All our work is done. We just
Flight
hit our
level
cruise.
350.
And we're going to stay up here. Let's see what our Mach is. 2 hours and 9 minutes is our flight time. Which is not bad. Passing through Memphis' airspace at some point, so we're going to get caught
475 knots airspeed, 0.80 Mach.
Okay, we're almost at our Mach speed. And I'm going to be almost certain to bet that when we do get contact, we're going to get the new squawk code. And the aircraft key doesn't work. Wow. We got two centers on. We got Atlanta and Memphis, so we may be contacted sooner than I think. We'll see. See what our closest is. We are about to cross our first waypoint on the route that is not part of our SID, which is Stymie. It is minus 51 degrees Fahrenheit up here at 35,000 feet, which is really cold. I'm glad I'm not up that high. You'd freeze to death. So we're going to do control space just to center our view so that if anyone is looking, you can see out the window of the aircraft.
Flight plan section from STYMY to Zerbo, heading 358 degrees, distance 56 nautical miles, 7 minutes, 4 seconds, expected 11:37 and 4 seconds AM, 15:37 Zulu time, local time 11:29 and 59 seconds AM, 15:29 Zulu time.
Alright. So we are on to our next waypoint, which is Zerbo. Which will be 6 minutes away. Hopefully we can make it in this aircraft and not run out of fuel. I think we can, though. It's about a 2-hour flight, so this should be really good for fuel purposes. Let's just check our centers real quick. Yep.
Simulation paused. Simulation resumed.
It's not what we want to do. 58 minutes flight time to Toronto, which is not bad. I think we'll make it. I wanted to do this flight anyway, so Josh might have to flight without me. I've already started. That's okay. See if I can pick up one of the weather stations.
Runway lights. Advise on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Orlando International Airport 8 is information X-ray. 1553 Zulu Special. West 074 at 6. Visibility 10. 2,900 scattered. Ceiling 12,000 broken. 25,000 broken. Temperature 31. 2.24. Altimeter 3012. Simultaneous approach is in use. ILS runway 17 left 18 right in use. Landing runway 17 left 18 right. Departing runway 17 right 18 right. North is 2 airmen. Runway 18 left 36 right closed until 111. 17 right 35 left closed DLY 040. 01200 until 1025. Read my call hold short instructions. Birds and deer on and in vicinity of airport. Andex in use. Operate transponders with altitude reporting mode and ADS-B if equipped enabled on all airport surfaces. Bright lights on roads between runway 17 right 35 left and runway 17 left 35 right may be mistaken for runway lights. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Oh dear. Birds and deer near Orlando Airport. Huh, not good. Never heard that one before. Deer? Birds, yes, but deer? Interesting. Winter Springs, Florida is our closest city, folks.
Flight plan section from Zerbo to Jusin. Heading 2 degrees. Distance 25 nautical miles. 3 minutes. 6 seconds. Expected 11:39 and 50 seconds a.m. 15:39 Zulu time. Local time 11:36 and 44 seconds a.m. 15:36 Zulu time.
Interesting name. Waypoint.
Flight plan section from Tucson to Oven. Heading 4 degrees. Distance 55 nautical miles. 6 minutes. 54 seconds. Expected 11:46 and 23 seconds a.m. 15:46 Zulu time. Local time 11:39 and 28 seconds a.m. 15:39 Zulu
My
time.
email loves to bug me during the middle of these when I try to fly. Did that say Oven P? Interesting name. Just wait to get our first contact from the center, probably Atlanta most likely. Since we're leaving Florida, we're going to go through Georgia. And what's this? Okay, I'll check those later. Don't need to check those right now. Check them after the flight. Looks like we still got Atlanta in Memphis. Palm Coast. I believe we're going to fly the entire length of the state and out over into Georgia. What it's looking like.
Flight plan section from oven to Fenton. Heading 4 degrees. Distance 23 nautical miles. 2 minutes. 51 seconds. Expected 11:48 and 47 seconds a.m. 15:48 Zulu time. Local time 11:45 and 56 seconds a.m. 15:45 Zulu time.
Next one. Feeman. Interesting name for a waypoint. Yep, I think that's exactly what we're going to do, is go over the length of the state and over Georgia.
Flight plan section from Fenton to Viap. Heading 4 degrees. Distance 51 nautical miles. 6 minutes. 24 seconds. Expected 11:54 and 47 seconds a.m. 15:54 Zulu time. Local time 11:48 and 23 seconds a.m. 15:48 Zulu time.
We're just cruising right along here, folks. Via. Interesting. These waypoint names have very interesting names to them. This is actually one of my favorite aircraft to fly because it handles so well, and I've never had problems with it, both taking off or landing. And we got a little bit of crossover, that's okay. We're not landing in it, so. And we're over the ocean. outside?
It appears to be cloudy right now, with a temperature of 84 degrees.
What's the weather this afternoon?
The forecast is calling for cloudy skies and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Temperatures will range between a high of 88 degrees and a low of 79.
What time is it?
It's 11:53.
All right. It's almost noon. Not quite. No aircraft around. And we're in Georgia. Which means we're going to get contacted by Atlanta Center. If they're still on. Check after we cross this next waypoint. 10 o'clock is too fast. It's not 12 o'clock yet. It lies.
Flight plan section from Bayat to Baalbek. Heading 6 degrees. Distance 16 nautical miles. 2 minutes. 4 seconds. Expected 11:56 and 26 seconds a.m. 15:56 Zulu time. Local time 11:54 and 21 seconds a.m. 15:54 Zulu time.
Olbeck. And you like that? Olbeck. Instead of Olmec. This is check my email while I'm waiting.
Flight plan section from Baalbek to Isuzu. Heading 25 degrees. Distance 34 nautical miles. 4 minutes. 15 seconds. Expected 12 o'clock and 19 seconds p.m. 1600 hours Zulu time. Local time 11:56 and 3 seconds a.m. 15:56 Zulu time.
I definitely need to do that iris survey later, which I will do. I just want to get this flight done. Stream for all of you. Suzo is our next one. So far, no contact yet. Yep. So we're not going through Georgia. Yeah, we got no wind. This is the perfect flight weather.
Flight plan section from Isuzu to Gurj, heading 11 degrees, distance 34 nautical miles, 4 minutes, 18 seconds, expected 12:04 and 17 seconds p.m., 16:04 Zulu time, local time 11:59 and 59 seconds a.m., 15:59 Zulu time.
Urge. Interesting. We have some of the most interestingly named waypoints on air routes I've ever seen. It's a little over an hour to go. Not bad. Not a bad flight.
thunderstorms and partly cloudy skies starting in the afternoon with mixed conditions for the rest of the day. Today's high will be 90 degrees and the low will be 79.
What is Zoomily Zoo?
One option I see is Topsy Exotic Ranch and drive through Safari on County Road 118. Do you want that one?
No.
The next one is Cameron Park Zoo on North 4th Street, Waco. About
Where is Bear Country, USA?
The only option I found is Bear Country USA on US 16 West in Rapid City. Is that the one you want?
What is Bear Country, USA?
Flight plan section from Gurge to Block. Heading 18 degrees. Distance 87 nautical miles. 10 minutes.
Just a moment.
58 seconds.
Flight
FM 12:14 and 54 seconds PM. 16:14 Zulu time. Local time 12:03 and 55 seconds PM. 16:03 Zulu time.
Let's see. Blonde. Alexa. Ask Sam to Wikipedia Bear Country, USA. Alexa, stop. Alexa, Wikipedia Bear Country. Alexa, stop. Imagine that. Can't even look at the Wikipedia article because every voice assistant acts stupid. Wikipedia Bear Country, USA.
Bear Island is one of the Thimble Islands off Stony Creek, a section of Brantford, Connecticut, USA. It is the site of a former granite quarry, which exported high-quality pink granite to such constructions as the Lincoln Memorial, Grants 2, and the base of the Statue of Liberty.
Wikipedia Grants 2.
Grants 2, officially the General Grant National Memorial, is the final resting place of Ulysses S. Grant, 18th President of the United States, and his wife, Julia Grant. Do you want me to keep reading?
Yes.
It is a classical dome mausoleum located in the Morningside Heights neighborhood of Upper Manhattan, New York City. The structure is located in the middle of Riverside Drive at 122nd Street, across from Riverside Church to the southeast and Riverside Park to the west.
How did Ulysses S. Grant die?
I don't know how to respond to that.
How did Ulysses S. Grant die?
Ulysses S. Grant's cause of death was laryngeal cancer.
How old is Ulysses S. Grant?
Ulysses S. Grant died July 23, 1885 at age 63 in Wilton.
How tall is Ulysses S. Grant?
Ulysses S. Grant was 5 feet 8 inches tall.
How old is Julia Grant?
Julia Grant died December 14, 1902 at age 76 in Washington, D.C.
How did Julia Grant die?
Okay, I found this on the web.
How did Julia Grant die?
Okay,
That's what I hate about Siri. Alexa, how did Julia Grant die? Watch what happens when I ask a simple question and I know the answer is wrong. Who was the governor of Texas in 1933?
the answer I found is Rick Perry.
That's dead wrong. Who was the governor of Texas in 1950?
The answer I found is Rick Perry.
It's like I'm speaking in obsesses over Rick Perry for some reason, instead of giving him the right information that I want. Who is Ma Ferguson?
Miriam Amanda Wallace Mo Ferguson was an American politician and one of the first two women to be elected as governor of a state. Do you want me to keep reading?
Yes.
She served 2 non-consecutive terms as the first female governor of Texas from 1925 to 1927 and 1933 to 1935.
How old is Ma Ferguson?
Sorry, Brandon. I don't see Ma Ferguson in your contacts.
How old is Ma Ferguson?
Sorry, Brandon. I don't see Ma Ferguson in your contacts.
Who was Ma Ferguson's husband?
Okay, I found this on the web for who is Mal Ferguson's husband. Check it out.
Wow. How old is Barbara Jordan?
Barbara Jordan died January 17, 1996 at age 59 in Austin.
How did Barbara Jordan die?
Barbara Jordan's cause of death was pneumonia.
Who is Barbara Jordan?
Barbara Charlene Jordan was an American lawyer, educator, and politician who was a leader of the civil rights movement. Do you want me to keep reading?
Yes.
A Democrat, she was the first African American elected to the Texas Senate after Reconstruction, and the first Southern African American woman elected to the United States House of Representatives.
Yeah. Looks like we're not going to be going through any VATSIM controlled airspace. Yeah, we may go through Indianapolis. I don't know. We'll see. What is Indianapolis Center?
The center coordinates of Indianapolis, Indiana, are 39.7767 degrees north by 86.1459 degrees west.
What is Cumbers Cove Center?
One option is Animal Medical Center. Does that one sound?
What Animal Medical Center? Where can I buy gerbils?
I couldn't find any matching places.
What are the hours of PetSmart?
One possibility I see is PetSmart on East Central Texas Expressway in Killeen. Want to try that one?
Yes.
PetSmart on East Central Texas Expressway Killeen is open today from 10 o'clock to 1900 hours.
It is officially afternoon, folks. Dogs. Gotta get the current conditions.
Okay, viewing. Coppers Cove, 88 degrees. Feels like 95 degrees. Very high ultraviolet. Partly cloudy. Humidity 56%. Heat index 95 degrees. Extreme caution. Wind from the east-southeast. 9 miles per hour. Gentle breeze. Pressure 30 inches of mercury. Steady. Dew point 71 degrees. Visibility 10 miles. No gusts. Rain unlikely. Frost unlikely.
Africa.
Okay, viewing. De Leon, 89 degrees. Feels like 94 degrees. High ultraviolet. Mostly cloudy. West. Rain unlikely, frost unlikely.
Act.
Just a sec. Working on that. Okay. Okay, viewing. Rain on Sunday with temperatures rising to 98 degrees Fahrenheit on Friday.
98 degrees. Yuck. Yuck weather. I don't like that kind of weather. And we got no aircraft. Wish that key would work every time.
Flight plan section from Blanc to Emsit. Heading 17 degrees. Distance 22 nautical miles. 2 minutes. 44 seconds. Expected 12:17 and 11 seconds p.m. 16:17 Zulu time. Local time 12:14 and 26 seconds p.m. 16:14 Zulu time.
Alright. Let's see what our 634 miles. Making good time. Making pretty good time on this flight. I'm actually proud of it.
Flight plan section from Emsit to Riki. Heading 17 degrees. Distance 140 nautical miles. 17 minutes. 37 seconds. Expected 12:34 and 24 seconds p.m. 16:34 Zulu time. Local time 12:16 and 47 seconds p.m. 16:16 Zulu time.
Man, we got several centers on. We got Cleveland, Indianapolis, and Atlanta. Which one will I be routed to? Probably Indianapolis. airport now. Ricky is the waypoint. BVI pilots. Still in North Carolina, folks. 58 minutes to go. What's the current weather in Athens?
It appears to be clear right now in Athens, Greece, with a temperature of 82 degrees.
What's the weather for the next 10 days in Athens?
Expect some clear skies in Athens, Greece for the next 10 days. Daytime temperatures will start around 81 degrees and eventually reach 99 by Friday, before dropping back down to around 93 with overnight lows around 75.
What's the weather in Baghdad?
It's currently clear at 106 degrees in Baghdad, Iraq. Expect partly cloudy skies starting tonight. Temperatures are heading down from 106 degrees to 99 tonight.
What's the weather in Baghdad for the next 10 days?
Expect mostly clear skies in Baghdad, Iraq for the next 10 days. Daytime temperatures will start around 102 degrees and eventually reach 126 by Tuesday, before dropping back down to around 115, with overnight lows between 82 and 91.
Yikes. Now that I don't want. When is sunset here?
Sunset will be at 2031 today.
Ooh, 115 to 126 degrees. Man. Not for me.
Flight plan section from Ricky to Lund. Heading 18 degrees. Distance 23 nautical miles. 2 minutes. 54 seconds. Expected 12:36 and 54 seconds p.m. 16:36 Zulu time. Local time 12:34 and 0 seconds p.m. 16:34 Zulu time.
I am actually doing a flight right now, or I should say good afternoon, because it's afternoon here. I'm actually doing a flight right now, and I'm streaming on Twitch. Flying from Miami to Toronto. So if anybody wants to tune in, it's twitch.tv/armstrong445. And that's all lowercase, by the way. There's no capitals. So, we'll see y'all later.
Speech. Translate.
Come on. What's the weather in Rome?
It's currently clear and 86 degrees in Rome, Italy. Temperatures are heading down from 86 degrees to 75 tonight.
What's the weather in Rome for the next 10 days?
Expect some clear skies in Rome, Italy for the next 10 days. Daytime temperatures will start around 84 degrees and eventually reach 99 by Thursday, before dropping back down to around 90, with overnight lows around 71.
What's the weather in McMurdo?
It's currently cloudy and 88 degrees. Expect partly cloudy skies.
No way. What's the weather at McMurdo Station?
Sorry, I can't get any information about McMurdo Station.
Interesting.
Flight plan section from Lund Wilson. Heading
What's
15
the
degrees.
weather at the
Distance
North
58
Pole?
nautical miles. 7 minutes. 19 seconds. Expected 12:43 and 50 seconds p.m. 16:43 Zulu time. Local time 12:36 and 30 seconds p.m. 16:36 Zulu time.
What's the weather at the South Pole?
It's currently clear and 57 degrees in Botswana.
Interesting how it doesn't get what I ask. Good Lord, how long am I going to be in this area? North Carolina, it's huge.
Orinx 1, hey.
Hey, Josh. Sorry, I went ahead and started without you, but I wanted to actually do this stream. I'm halfway through the flight, actually. I'm about a little under 50 minutes until I reach Toronto. I'll get some ATC at some point. Let me see who's on. Yeah, all three of those are on.
Orinx 1, it's alright. Got up and felt like crap, not due to the drinks, just men in general. We'll probably end up doing it tomorrow morning.
Oh God, I'm sorry to hear that. You got like a headache and stuff, or what? That sucks. Dude, you had that flight all ready to do. We were going to do it as a team, but oh well. I hope you get to feeling better.
Orinx 1, nah, just tired and chilling today.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's what I'll probably do after I do this flight. Maybe I'll go watch something on Netflix. Haven't decided what I want to watch yet. Maybe you and I can do the flight as a team tomorrow morning then, if you're feeling up to it. So far we got good weather for this flight. Wow, I finally crossed into Virginia after how many minutes in North Carolina? Wow.
Orinx 1, well, I have to do this flight for Fly Virtual.
Oh. You know, I was going to do that cargo tour, but I think there's a problem with the 747 I've got. So I think I'm going to try it with a different aircraft at some point. Maybe the 789 WestJet.
Orinx 1, that ought to do.
Yeah, I thought so too. Figured the 789 could make the distance. I mean, if it can go from Miami to London, why couldn't it go from Hong Kong to Anchorage? I mean, that's what, only a 15-hour flight? I don't see why it couldn't. Looks like I might not get control after all. I'm just not going to be going to any of those centers, interestingly enough. Indianapolis, Cleveland, or Atlanta. Who knows, maybe I'll be on Unicom the whole way. Which would be kind of boring. Hopefully if I get control in Toronto, I don't get a French speaker who doesn't speak English. That would be bad.
Orinx 1, what aircraft is this?
It's an A320. Does it suck? Let's see. Ilsa? What a weird name.
Orinx 1, ah. Well, the flight when I do it for the tour calls for 737 to 8.
Oh. Well, I didn't sign up to do it on Fly Virtual. I was just doing it at random, so... The reason I did the A320 is because I'm good at landing in it. And I like the auto flare it does.
Flight plan section from Osa to US. Heading 16 degrees. Distance 46 nautical miles. 5 minutes. 48 seconds. Expected 12:49 and 15 seconds p.m. 16:49 Zulu time. Local time 12:43 and 26 seconds p.m. 16:43 Zulu time.
Orinx 1, actually, it's good at landing for you. LOL.
Yeah. No, because I have to do some of the work. It doesn't do everything. You have to adjust the flaps and everything else, so...
Orinx 1, what was that beep?
That was me crossing a waypoint. That's a new sound that Johnny created for Tramp for crossing waypoints. He gets rid of that obnoxious one that he originally put in there. I actually like this one better than the original.
Orinx 1, you have to replace it every time you install Tramp, which is annoying.
Yeah, I know it. I hate that. It is really annoying. But if you keep your sounds, all you have to do is paste it. So far, our weather's been behaving today.
Orinx 1, Gus had a really nice and that apparently is the real waypoint cross sound or Southwest 737S.
Well, if you can get it, can you get it to me somehow? Because I would love to have that in Tramp as my waypoint sound. That would be so awesome.
Orinx 1, yeah, I'll get it. By the way, I put RAS on the Discord if you want it. No key required.
What was it you put on Discord? Oh. Hang on just a second. That's interesting.
Going to Unicom, Delta 22.
COMM radio transmitting 1 active 132.98
241 radar
MHz. COMM
contact.
radio transmitting 1 standby 122.80 MHz.
Atlanta Center, good afternoon. American 399 is with you at flight level 350.
Orinx 1, runway advisory and awareness system add-on. Helpful on approach to know which runway you're approaching.
Actually, Josh, can you drop that over into Dropbox for me?
Aircraft checking in, see a call sign.
American 399.
And where are you, sir?
Orinx 1, I can.
I'm over Virginia, sir.
American 399, you're outside of my airspace, my advisory. You're going to be talking to Cleveland here in a couple miles, so just be ready for contact me from them.
Copy that. Thanks.
Atlanta Center, Delta 1025, checking in, flight 12000 for 14.
That was stupid. Why would... What? Yeah, VATSIM's got a problem because as you just heard, I wasn't even in Atlanta's airspace and they contacted me. Yeah, drop that over to me in Dropbox. I'll definitely be using that.
Orinx 1, I wonder if this is a recent issue.
I don't know.
Flight plan section from A west to Riggs, heading 12 degrees, distance 36 nautical miles,
That's kind of
4 minutes,
disturbing
35
if it is.
seconds, expected 12:53 and 28 seconds p.m., 16:53 Zulu
So
time,
yeah, if you
local
have
time
the files
12:48 and
stuff,
53
definitely
seconds
drop
p.m.,
them over to me real
16:48
quick
Zulu
in the
time.
Dropbox, and I'll definitely set this up after the flight, because it'll be very helpful to me. Or actually, if you'll meet me up on the server in the BatSim room, just upload it there, and I'll just grab it.
Orinx 1. Actually, I'll put it in Pilot's Hangout.
Alright, I'm headed there now, so if you want to come and chat. I'm actually in there right now. What's up, Josh? Dude, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen before.
I've never had that happen.
Maybe like... Oh, you know what? I wonder if it was because like that guy just came up on and you were like basically just on the edge of the airspace.
Now, the Atlanta Center's been on all the time. Yeah, go ahead and upload that and I'll grab it. Now, I'm assuming I have to rebuild my trim scenery after I install this, right?
No. You will have to. You probably will have to run make runway. Well, no, you just have to make. You already ran make runway, so you just have to literally install it, and you may have to enable it. I had to enable it. I also had to modify fucking the stupid DLL file thing manually because it like the sim wouldn't detect it and like asked me if I want to install the add-on. But hopefully, with any luck, you shouldn't have that issue.
Oh, so it wasn't detecting the sim when you were installing?
I think it's because I installed a crack of like an aircraft that already came with a locked version of it.
Oh.
And it conflicted with when I installed the legit version. But I didn't realize that there was like actually a locked and unlocked version, because I would have bought this a while ago if I had known that there was a version for all.
How do you make this detect this thing that it's registered?
No, there's no key or anything. You install it and it's.
Is this the paid version or the free version?
There is no free version, but it's kind of like AccuFeel. AccuFeel is a paid product, but you don't have to have a key for it.
Yeah.
Like it's not on the honor system, which.
Yeah, go ahead and upload that real quick, and I'll grab it while I'm here. Hopefully it'll detect my sim.
Hopefully what?
Hopefully it'll detect my sim so I don't have to do any modifications.
Yeah, well, make sure don't do it while the sim is running. So
No.
do this flight first, and then.
Flight plan section from Riggs to Oxman, heading 19 degrees, distance 197 nautical miles, 24 minutes, 44 seconds, expected 1:17 and 50 seconds p.m., 17:17 Zulu time, local time 12:53 and 5 seconds p.m., 16:53 Zulu time.
So you think I'll have to enable it?
You may. It may already come on enabled, but I'm not. It might not. So
How will I enable
I might
it?
have. You got to go to the add-ons menu in the sim, and then go to ROS Professional, and there's a checkbox.
Oh, okay. I have to object nav into that menu though, don't I?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I can remote it and help you with it. that's where prepared, unfortunately, that's one of the drawbacks of it, is accessing that menu while you're in the cockpit is annoying.
Yeah.
FSX didn't have that issue.
Wow, Cleveland's I'm supposed to be hearing from Cleveland. I haven't heard from Cleveland in 2 miles.
Dude, I would just go. There it is. I would just go to Cleveland manually and check in.
What's this called?
Hit FS2 crew, Roz.
Oh. I think I ought to just go to Cleveland manually.
I would, yeah. Something's going on, dude. You know what I wonder if it. You know what I wonder?
What?
If they're trying to get the. If they're trying to get the contact. Oh, there it is.
COMM radio transmitting 1 active 134.90 amperes. COMM radio transmitting 1 standby 122.80 amperes.
Hello.
American 399, Cleveland Center, good afternoon. Squawk 5722.
Squawk 5722, American 399. What did he say?
No, I told Johnny that we were in here if he wants to join us over.
American 399, radar contact 15 miles east of the Morgantown VOR.
What the hell? This guy sounds like he's on. I was beginning to wonder when I was going to get air traffic control on this flight.
I wonder if they're like tuning that when you get contact me's to prepare for FS 2020.
They might be. But, you mean like contact tuning automatically?
Yeah. Or no, getting automated contact me messages.
Dude, I bet that fucking thing helps out a lot, that ROS system.
Oh, it does, man.
Does it? Because I heard it when it was like altimeter.
Yeah, it does. It flaps, and when you're approaching too high, yeah, it's nice.
Oh, you've already tested it?
Yeah, no, I've already done one flight with it.
When does it actually come on?
No, it comes on like it's throughout their whole sim. Like it'll tell you when you're on your runways. It'll tell you when you're approaching runways on taxi, and well, for us on approach.
It sucks we can't taxi, dude. If we could really taxi, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean this thing will like tell you like what taxiways you're approaching, but it won't. You know, it's not gonna guide you like turn left here and shit.
I've actually heard it say left.
Well, yeah, like runway 5 left or whatever.
No, when somebody's been on a runway, I've heard it say left, like turn left.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No, I don't think we can reliably do it though.
Probably not.
I think John and Thomas are
Son of a
prepping
bitch.
to like planning to actually get this on the road.
What's up?
I think Thomas and John are prepping for when they're actually gonna, when Johnny's actually gonna pick them up.
Yeah. It's kind of odd though that I got that Atlanta Center when I wasn't even in the Atlanta airspace. Yeah, we got crosswinds. What does Ross say when you land and come to a full stop? Does it say anything?
No, it doesn't say when you come to a full stop, but it will say, you know, how much runway is remaining and stuff.
Oh, wow.
If you land on the runway, if you don't land on the runway, then it's either going to say taxiway, you know, that you're on the taxiway, or if you don't land in the airport at all, and you land, you know, a couple hundred feet from the tarmac or whatever, it won't say anything.
Well, we normally don't have problems landing in airports.
Well, sometimes if you let tram do its thing on RNAV approaches, you will.
Yeah. I try not to do RNAV approaches if I can help it.
Well, I figured out, especially with that MD-80, man, like, just turn off, my plan at, you know, whatever, at, 1,000/500, like, it auto-flares beautifully.
For which aircraft?
The MD-80.
Johnny said he couldn't get his to do it.
Because he hasn't been turning, he didn't, you let tram turn off autopilot and auto throttle goes off, so therefore it won't flare then.
No, I think he unchecked the box.
I'm pretty sure mine did it, because I didn't touch the, I didn't touch F1, I just flared.
Oh, wow. Good God, for a center, this center is not very busy this afternoon.
Well, sometimes they aren't.
Surely he's not going to be guiding me down to Toronto. Surely not.
I doubt it.
I mean, you got 28 minutes left.
Although, maybe, well, maybe you might, because Atlanta's a pretty long, it goes all the way up into
about
like
10 minutes.
Canadian territory.
That's approved. Give me a call when you return.
Just hope I don't get a French speaker that doesn't speak English in Toronto if there's a Toronto controller on. How the heck did you get this with no key? Like, how did you get this in the first place?
No, I bought it, but it had, like, you download it, but you don't have to have a key.
Oh! It's interesting that they would do that.
Yeah, I mean, there are other products you have to have a key, like their main flagship products for payware stuff, you do have to have keys for those.
So yours wasn't able to detect your simulator on install? Is that the problem you had? Is that why you had to go modify it?
No, mine would detect the simulator and install it to the right place. Mine just wouldn't. It's just like Tramp, and it runs on a DLL. And the DLL would not get added to the DLL.xml file that is created for the add-ons for the sim.
How do you modify that?
In the manual for the RAWs, you know, there's an entry for it, and you can just add it to the file.
Oh. How will I know if it's How will I know if I have to modify it or not?
Because when you launch the sim after it installs, it should ask you for a, do you want to run this, you know, to install this add-on? And a yes or a no, you click yes, and you should be good. If it doesn't do that, then you have to add it.
Oh, okay. If I say yes to installing it, I guess it will enable it.
Yeah.
How far are we away from the airport anyway? $232 miles. Oxman? You gotta love these waypoint names.
Yeah.
I think what I'll do is install this and then launch the sim. See if it comes up with that. Does it say altimeter on the ground too when you're on the runway so you can set it? Or just when you're in the air?
No, it just says when you're in the air, I have to set it.
But that really helps to know when you need to set it though.
Yeah, I noticed Johnny doesn't though. Like, he's like, just wait till 20,000 and I'll stop blabbering. You just hit B, that's how you gotta do.
You're supposed to.
If the altimeter is off, like it'll say it, but Johnny just like, altimeter say it, keeps saying it every like 5 seconds.
Does it actually?
Johnny doesn't.
Does it say it coming down too?
Yeah, it does.
That'll actually help me out a lot. Well, we'll see if I have that problem when I install this. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I don't have to modify anything. What's the default voice? It defaults to the male or the female?
I don't know if it has. Does it have a male voice? I thought it only had a female voice.
I think it has a male voice.
Well, it defaults to female.
Oh boy. add-ons. I don't know what other ones they've got, like any other accessible ones.
Accessible what?
Add-ons, this company.
They could be potentially accessible.
What other add-ons do they have?
By helping, well, a lot of them are for payaway aircraft. They have, like, stuff for the PMDG 737, 747 for, like, doing the actual crew operations. Like, you'll actually have, like, when you slide up, you'll have the first officer actually come on board and, like, do the pre-flight, like, fans and all that stuff while you do the FMC, like, programming in your navs.
Dude, if we could do that, that would be so cool. Like, if we could do a complete checklist.
Well, yeah, but it's not just checklist. She does the first officer does I think the first officer, like, it'll even program stuff into the FMC for you, but, like, as far as, like, actually programming the flight plan in, that's solely up to the pilot.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have an accessible way to use those FMCs.
Yeah.
Dude, I guarantee
well, listen to Jason. We will be able to use PMDG if Jason gets this TFM out.
I gotta say though, if we can't
American
use that,
399, descend across my PAL at 16,000. The Dunkirk altimeter 3004.
descend across my cow at 16,000 altimeter 3004 American 399.
Now, have you done this before? Do you know what he's saying there?
He's saying descend to 16,000 before I go to fucking get to the waypoint.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you know how to do that in Tramp though? You have to go to the waypoint, right click it, and go to, you can select the speed and altitude so it'll calculate for that waypoint only.
Uh-oh, I don't see it. Where is it?
Is it a VOR?
I think I'm not seeing it on my waypoints.
Well, he's probably like, it's probably like a 3-letter thing, but it's anything with like a
it's a star, I think.
no, that was probably on the plan.
American 399, can you give me the spelling of that waypoint, please, sir?
Roger, that's was not your pal, it's my pal. Mike Yankee, Papa Alpha Lima.
Oh, Mike Yankee, Papa Alpha Lima. Thank you so much. Where is it? I don't see it though. Mike Yankee, Papa Alpha Lima. What the hell? Where is it?
Screen reader probably reads it like crap.
I don't fucking I don't fucking see it. God damn it. Dude, I'm gonna have to disconnect. I don't fucking see it.
Yeah, dude, disconnect and then send me the routing. Like, you know, maybe I could.
Should I just disconnect?
No, dude, tell them that, like, you're running into technical, you know, like.
American 399, I'm gonna have to disconnect. I'm running into some technical difficulties, but thank you for all the help, sir.
Who's that disconnecting?
American 399.
American 399, roger. We'll see ya.
Piece of shit. I'll send you the route after the flight, so I'm almost there.
Yeah, because
there's no MyPal there. There's literally no fucking waypoint called that. Pisses me off. Another incomplete flight due to a fucking inaccuracy. What do you do when they have you go to an altitude and then fly the plane and cross it at the waypoint? Do you put it in altitude after that? Or do you let it go back up to the original altitude?
no, dude. What you have to do is you find the waypoint on the list, you right click it, you go to altitude speed, and you put, you know, 16,000 in that altitude box, hit the close button, and then Tramp will calculate when to descend so that you'll be at 16,000 when you get to that waypoint.
But then after it crosses it, it'll go back up.
No, it won't.
Oh. Damn it. That really pisses me off. When they give me waypoints and I can't fucking find them because the screen readers read them like shit. Let me go back through here.
I mean, they usually don't give you waypoints unless that they're on your plan. Like,
I don't know.
Sets forward descent.
I don't know why he fucking did
Flight plan
that.
section from Oxford to CYYZ. Heading 4 degrees. Distance 99 nautical miles. 12 minutes, 8 seconds. Expected 1:30 and 2 seconds p.m. 17:30 Zulu time. Local time 1:17 and 53 seconds p.m. 17:17 Zulu time.
Unless maybe it's part of. Look at the star / approach, dude. Is it on?
No.
Is it one of those waypoints that Tramp doesn't put in the approach or put in the waypoint list? This Tramp doesn't put all of the star and approach waypoints in the list view, only the ones that are absolutely necessary.
What do you do in that case?
Well, I'm curious to see if it was one of those particular things.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even in the stars. The stars waypoints or the approach.
Flight level 320.
I've never had a controller do that.
Oh, you'll have lighter controllers do that, like tell you to go to descend.
I wouldn't mind if the fucker was in the plan.
Yeah.
You know, I had no problem with that, but
Flight level 310.
Damn it! I'm gonna get kicked off because of that shit.
Well, not yet. Not until the 18th onward.
18th of August?
Yeah.
Oh, did they release
Flight
a
level
date
300.
of when they were gonna start that?
Well, yeah, dude. They VATSIM partnered with Microsoft and Asobo, and they're ready for an influx of new pilots and shit. So the week of that FS 2020 releases, there's gonna be a lot of fucking control.
Dude, I wonder if that's gonna cut down on the fucking air traffic control not being on for long periods of time.
Flight level 290.
Yeah, well, dude, when we fly our fucking event, I mean, we're probably gonna have lots of control because there's gonna be a lot of controllers on to welcome the new pilots on VATSIM. Although there's probably gonna be a lot of idiots on VATSIM too.
Oh, surely not. I really hope we don't have people like that.
I don't think so.
I really hope we don't have idiots like that fucking aircraft I had to wait on the other day.
Flight level 280.
Almost 50 minutes. It's like, come on. Well, maybe you won't have to.
Flight level 270.
Maybe you won't have to write in and tell them, hey, we need coverage the whole way.
Yeah, no.
I'm just pissed off that we have to use Prepare and we can't use fucking FS 2020. I was really wanting to use the new sounds.
Yeah, no, especially for the event, man. It would have been like, what, 19th, 20, 21st? It would have been like 5 days it would have been out. We could have been able to use it for that big event.
Flight level 260.
Fuck you, Asobo. Dude, I got a feeling you went into spam.
What did?
Your emails, when you said you contacted Microsoft. From what Johnny told me, like, if you contact them more than once, their server will flag your
Flight level
emails as
250.
spam.
Well, I didn't. I did contact them once. Well, I contacted them once last year, and I contacted them once this year.
Which means your email from this year has been marked as spam.
Why that makes no fucking sense.
I know. That's what I said.
Flight level 240.
I don't get that. It's gonna piss me off if we start seeing pilots. Oh yeah, we're flying FS 2020. God damn it.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have controllers like, oh, you're enjoying the new sim. I'm like, oh no, unfortunately, I cannot fly this.
Dude, if I have a controller asset, I'm gonna be like, no, unfortunately, because the company decided not to put accessibility in for blind people.
Yeah.
I'll fucking blast them right there.
They fucking said that they were gonna add it.
I'll fucking blast them right there on VATSIM, and I don't care if they hear me. Maybe that might get their fucking attention. Shit asses. Oh, please let Jordan go into a
Flight level
rage
220.
when he
Oh, he
wakes
will,
up.
dude. Oh my god.
Oh god, we're never gonna
Unless, you know, like I said, they surprise us and it's like accessible on release, but I seriously
doubt it. Dude, if it's already not accessible on this beta, and people are already saying that,
Flight level 210.
I honestly, I think it's gonna fail. Like I said, I think what pisses me off more than anything is we can't use it and hear the good sounds. We have to put up with shitty aircraft.
Yeah. And dude, it's Flight Planner. You know, I like that you don't necessarily have to program the FMC, but the autopilot will actually use it. The autopilot will use the FMC, and the A320 in particular has full fucking auto land capabilities.
Yeah. I really wanted to fly that.
Yeah.
Flight level 190.
I think more people should be upset about that, actually. Instead of just, oh, you know, no. We should be upset about it.
Yeah. Fucking Liam is Liam is gonna try it. I'm like, good luck, dude, because you won't be playing.
Wait until he does.
Flight level 180.
And I think he said he's gonna stream it too, like his first boot. I'm like, you're not gonna be doing much, dude. It's gonna be a very short stream.
Oh, that's gonna be so funny when he gets in there. What? I can't read the menu.
Oh god, look who's calling.
Who?
John.
Flight level 170.
Yo, what's up? That's nothing much. No, nothing much. Excuse me, watching Brandon do a flight and I'm just chilling.
Flight level 160.
Yep. Almost done with it, actually.
Yeah.
By the way, dude, if you wanted to
they won't let you like put a backup that you have on.
you could.
Flight level 150.
Well, like I said, I have a backup of my set on my hard drive that I can just upload to where, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay. So what you never you cancel it? And then
Yeah.
Flight level 140.
maybe change.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yeah, like a QP.
Nice.
And because I hadn't figured out how to. And I don't know. I can't get.
Oh, I don't know, man. I haven't used backpacking forever. I do like the fact that you can do videos with it. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you can. They had it.
Flight level 130.
Not a TikTok server.
Yeah.
NAV Radio 1 has glide slope and back course.
I don't know if you can, man.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's like a webcam stream.
249 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 249 knots.
Oh wow, like where'd you get all that
Flight
stuff?
level 120.
What's GGM and HH? Oh.
GGM is games.
Oh, okay.
They are small. Dude, Black Cafe is small.
Oh, really? Because out of sight, man. I don't know. I guess they're okay, but I haven't.
No, dude, what?
Flight level 110.
Is that another thing? Kind of like out of sight is. I think I remember looking at their
Yeah,
site.
they,
Oh, okay.
they have poker.
Oh,
And,
okay.
dude, they're big. And, and they
In cloud.
chat as we play.
Yeah.
Exit in cloud. Flight level 100.
And then they have blackjack.
209 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 209 knots.
Nice. Where do I go to register and look
You
at
go to
them?
Black Cafe.
Oh, okay.
I don't have anything. Yeah, we tease on Black Cafe.
Sets warp approach.
But everyone
Out of sight is literally like copycat of For the People, pretty much.
Yes, exactly. You know what's
9,500 feet altitude.
Oh god, wow.
No, dude, they don't use that. They use Team Talk.
Nice.
But the have 4 different. Oh, you need to go to this one.
9,000 feet
That's
altitude.
stupid, but anyway.
Yeah, I am at the back.
Yeah.
Like those that can't. Set this up for Sarah.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid for
8,500 feet
servers. It's
altitude.
like you're like double. That's like double the cost of like what one server would be. Yeah.
Now, that one, and then there's all hands on deck.
What do you mean game? Like
Well,
no, like all like what did you hear of those communities? Like what?
8,000 feet
Like
altitude.
where do I go to find out more?
because I was.
Oh, okay.
And
Is Out of Sight the only one doing Jim Kitchen's golf tournament still?
no, Gates Moore moments.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And dude, the way game room things that they're in tournaments. And they,
Left 90% CDI.
Oh wow.
Left 60% CDI. Left 10% CDI.
I'm sorry.
Right 20% CDI. Right 70% CDI.
PASM. Nobody is on
That's because most of everybody's in the UK, and you have to go. You have to be on early for them.
there. Yeah. They welcome overseas
Yeah.
when they're needed. They have an event called All Night Out. Early enough here.
Does the Out of Sight do they have links to those communities on the site, or were you on Team Talk and they were just like, oh, we'll
I
link
was
them?
on. I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So was that in like one of the newsletters or something?
Exit in cloud.
Or, oh.
When we used to make fun,
Yeah.
you know, just, you know, I mean, pretty much, if you're not on team,
Yeah, yeah.
well,
Yeah, I don't approve of that.
In cloud.
yeah, me neither. Dude, I understand the motive.
I guess the motive is to try to get more people involved with the podcast.
Yeah, it is. Well,
Arrowhead, that's a good waypoint.
Vito's charging. It's $40.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and now, my most
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I would never
yeah,
do
and
that.
so, yeah,
But I mean, is that a It's the thing that I like about Tom as a server that we have up here is that since he has his on a Linode, and he has total control over it. We have files up here that we keep up here permanently, whereas I bet Gino's.
how do
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could ask around, but I don't know. I mean, it's a very close knit community.
If you want an account up here,
Yeah.
he's asked Thomas.
All right, cool. But I mean, what I'm saying is, does Gino allow for people to permanently, like, give? I don't know how much storage he gives you for file transfer.
204
But
knots.
does he allow
Autopilot
you
airspeed
to
hold
like keep
204
files
knots.
permanently up there, or is
He
it?
does, but he's not. He basically,
Oh, okay.
don't
7,500 feet
He's
altitude.
not well liked.
Yeah.
Above 80% GSI. Above 70% GSI.
Oh, he is now, dude. Cause like
Above 60% GSI.
I think he's redeeming himself.
Above 50% GSI. Above 40% GSI. 7,000 feet altitude.
Brandon
Above
was
30%
talking about
GSI.
how Gino isn't well liked. I'm like,
Above
well,
20% GSI.
I think he's redeeming himself with Magic 109.
dude, Gino is.
Above 10% GSI.
Why didn't it tell me glide slope was
Above 5%
alive,
GSI.
but it's saying above GSI.
They are really.
Because you're descending on it. That's why.
Should I turn up
Yeah.
6,500 feet
No,
altitude.
dude, because they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Autopilot approach with glide slope hold. On.
To do that to allow.
Well, no, I know they're not going to switch to cPanel because I mean, I think it's called Installatron or something. There might be like a version of it for whatever panel they're using.
Yeah, but they don't support.
6,000 feet altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's that. Yeah, that's the one thing. But kind of eat the old dog.
Exit in cloud. Glide slope 0% GSI.
But I'm on the premium plans. Main service since I.
Yeah, that's funny. Glide slope 0% GSI.
5,500 feet altitude.
It is pretty sweet, man.
Ah, I caught both of them at once. How cool is that?
No, that was that's
Below 5%
my
GSI.
my grandmother calling, which but yeah, she's calling from my mom, which
Wind lights suck.
Yeah, we're not.
5,000 feet altimeter.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, all of the teams are.
Localizer right 90% CDI. Right 80% CDI. Right 70% CDI.
Yeah.
Right 60% CDI. Right 50% CDI. Right 40% CDI.
Yeah.
Right 30% CDI.
Oh, Jesus.
0% GSI. Right 20% CDI.
Crosswinds?
I have to go kick down
4,500 feet altimeter.
Crosswinds 11, gusting to 19. That's not good.
Oh.
By the way, Orin, if you're interested,
Above 5% GSI. 0% GSI.
Oh, really?
yeah, no,
4,000 feet altimeter.
I can tell you what happened.
Alright, yeah, I'm won't.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
194 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 194 knots.
Really? Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, he was only, he's only 47.
Wow, man.
And he's opted for a
3,500 feet altimeter.
Well, I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do, and I mean, there's no...
Yeah, and he opted
184 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 184 knots.
2,500.
Below 5% GSI. 0% GSI.
He was telling me a couple of weeks ago.
3,000 feet altimeter. Above 5% GSI.
Yeah, I mean, what
Above 10% GSI.
I don't know, I'd probably just go for
174
chemo,
knots.
man,
Autopilot
because,
airspeed hold
like,
174 knots.
I honestly don't know how effective either option is, honestly.
Well,
169 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 169 knots.
they're telling you that they caught him.
2,500 feet altimeter. 164 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 164 knots.
I mean, let's face it, dude.
Above 5% GSI.
Got it.
159 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 159 knots. And AV radio 2 has back course 0% GSI.
Yeah, dude, that's why chemo is probably be the better option here.
That's what I say, too.
154 knots. Auto 2,000 feet altimeter. Above 5% GSI. 0% GSI.
Well,
1900
honestly,
feet
I
altimeter.
think chemo ended up killing my grandfather due to the radiation and shit.
Below 5% GSI. 1,800 feet altimeter. 149 knots. Autopilot airspeed hold 149 knots.
Oh, okay.
1,700 feet altimeter.
Yeah. So he does not know.
1,600 feet altimeter. 144 knots. Below 5% GSI.
He said that he may not.
1,000.
1,500 feet altimeter.
Shit. Come on.
You know, Aaron Edgar is taking. Aaron Edgar and somebody. Starting the week after this one. Aaron Edgar is still broadcasting.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then, pretty much be out of commission. After he gets this done. I told him a couple of weeks ago.
500.
Think long and hard about that because
Below 20% GSI.
if you die and
450 feet. 400 feet.
400.
Below 10% GSI.
yeah, except for having
350 feet. 300 feet.
300.
Below 20% GSI. Below 30% GSI. 250 feet.
It's been hard for him.
200 feet.
200.
Below 20% GSI. 190 feet. 180 feet.
Yeah, man.
170 feet.
that's
160
gotta be
feet.
tough,
140
like
feet.
getting this
130
Yeah,
feet. 120. 110 feet. 90 feet. Below 40% GSI. 80 feet. 70 feet. Autopilot approach with right 40% CDI. 50 feet. Below 45 feet. Below NAV radio 1 has locally. Autopilot airspeed hold 35 feet.
30.
Right 50% CDI. 30 feet.
Yeah.
25 feet.
20.
Right 20 feet. 15 feet. Right
10.
70% CDI. Brakes. On.
I
on
mean,
ground. Minus
do
1%. 100.
the,
0%
you know,
throttle.
do,
0% throttle.
I'm
15 feet.
guessing
Right 80.
the-
110 knots air. 100% flaps trailing.
I'm
100%
guessing the
flaps leading.
Phoenix
40
staff,
degrees flaps trailing.
not the
27 degrees flaps leading.
yeah, the
Brakes.
staff
Minus 1%
knows,
throttle. Minus 12% throttle. Minus 24% throttle. Minus 25% throttle. Minus 25% throttle 1. Minus 25%. 40 knots ground speed. Spoilers. 0% throttle. 0% throttle 1. 0% throttle 2. Autopilot and AV lock. Off. 10 knots ground speed.
Yeah.
6 knots ground speed. Aircraft stopped.
Because he's hesitant to tell people.
Brakes. Off.
And I can understand.
Parking brakes on.
I was afraid
Engines
that
off.
would happen.
Yeah. And, you know,
230 degrees heading. 240 degrees compass magnetic. Flight completed. Touchdown local
Yeah.
time 1:44 and 38 seconds PM. Close prepared or exit flight from the ideal flight main menu.
So that they know what's going on. But don't tell him that I told him.
All right.
No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but it's just. I told him, I said, dude,
So we are down, and we will see y'all next time.
I told him a couple of weeks.